There's also an Nikken application. At the very least, before you leave, fill out an application so you can get these products at the best price. And if and when you're ready, we can also help you start building your Nikken business.
Before I want to start that,
Royal Diamond, Lillian Ghali.
all right. How many buy organic fruit at all in those little baskets that are like $5 and $6 each? Do you buy that?
Yeah.
I do. I buy the raspberries and I buy the blueberries because I don't want to be washing the others. You go buy the others. I soak them in Nikken water with a little bit of vinegar, thinking I'm getting all the garbage out. But you know what? They end up soggy and yucky, so I end up throwing them. So I figure, you know what? I'm paying $2.99. I throw them in the garbage. Well, I started buying the organics, right? And what if you don't use them that day you buy them? They end up in the garbage. My husband keeps going, clean the fridge out again. The strawberries are bad. The raspberries are bad. The blueberries are gone. So you know what I discovered? Just by using this, I don't have to buy those organic things that go bad so quickly, right? And you know, sometimes even though they say they're organic, I don't know if they've got pesticides, insecticides, and who else in there. Growth hormones, those raspberries, you know? I don't know what's in that stuff. But I know with this, I've got organic and just 1 ounce a day. It's a great way to start. And what I often do is I shake this one with this one. I mix them together. They're fabulous, fabulous. Oh yes, really, they're wonderful. Great way to start. My kids love this stuff.
I add that to my protein drink with the green enzymes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, yeah.
My brother was recently diagnosed, thank you. My brother was recently diagnosed with high blood pressure, and of course, what did the doctor do? Here's your prescription, go to the drugstore. And I said to him, please, let's just do an experiment. Just humor me for a little bit. He has all the products in his house, so he knows how great they are. So this came out at the time, I gave him this. 3 months later, he goes to the back to the doctor, and he says, yeah, though, he says, so do you need another prescription? Do you need your prescription refilled? My brother said, no, why would I need it refilled? And he said, well, your blood pressure is so much better today. And he said, yes, that's because I'm taking something natural my sister gave me. Is she a doctor? Well, no, she's a wellness consultant. He says, what's that? Well, she recommends natural solutions for people, and she's got me something. He told him about this, but the doctor, who said, like you? I haven't got time to hear about it. Well, you should have time to hear about it.
I have no time to look at it.
Yeah. So let me tell you, about 6-7 weeks ago, we had a presentation here in this hotel, and we came across a family from the States. They were here for a wedding. They happened to be staying here. My husband's from Egypt, and I started just chatting with them. You know how you talk to people? You develop a relationship. There's a trust that starts happening with, you know, strangers. I say everyone's a stranger until you say hello, right? Yeah. You smile at them. You're kind to them. They're kind back to you. It's amazing what you put out. It does come back to you, right? If you're happy, if you're feeling good. People sense that. You become a magnet. Huh? There you go. Don't become a maggot, become a magnet. So you attract people to you, right? You listen to what they say. So for the first maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, I was listening to what this woman was talking about. Now, she owns 3 very, very, very successful pharmacies. She's a pharmacist. What do pharmacists do? Dispense drugs. So we talked a little bit about what we were doing. She had a friend that happened to be with her. Her friend Ellie has severe carpal tunnel arthritis. I don't know what, she had all kinds of problems with her hands. She could not even make a fist. She could not do this. She was going like this, and then she stopped. So we took some of our products. We took this. We took the Power Mag. I don't see it here. We put that. We did this with her. Then her husband came, and the other husband came. We started doing some tests. Anyway, they said they were going back home to New Jersey on Monday. It was the long weekend here. That's what it was, the July Canada Day. They were going back on Monday. And she would give me a call. She wanted to read some information. So she said, I want to join. Great. I want to get the products wholesale. Now, this is a smart businesswoman, right? We had the opportunity too. You can buy them retail. Why not save 20-25%? Get them wholesale. So she became a member. And she ordered quite a bit of product. The first thing I told her was the most important, and that's the following. The quality of your sleep will determine the quality of your health. I happen to know that firsthand. I was a school teacher. 22 years I taught children with special needs from elementary up to high school. In 1990, I went to bed healthy. We were at the cottage. August the 13th, I went to bed. August 14th, 1990, I wake up paralyzed. I can't walk. The left side of my body is paralyzed. Husband, my kids, we went to the hospital in Midland. They said, oh, you've got hip inflammation. Take these drugs. Anti-inflammatory, muscle relaxants, painkillers. I knew it wasn't a hip inflammation. I knew it. I have no feeling in my left leg, down to my toes. I can't move. Something's wrong. My kids and my husband were carrying me, like, you know, literally lifting me. My oldest son was 13 at the time. Came back home. After several MRIs, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS. Well, I was so depressed. The doctors gave me antidepressants. Oh, God. I don't sleep well. Sleeping pills. I have pain. Painkillers. Muscle relaxants, because with multiple sclerosis, there's a lot of stiffness. My left side was extremely stiff. So they gave me anti-inflammatory, muscle relaxants, painkillers, antibiotics, you name it. To the point after many, many, many years, I started having liver problems. Yeah, the doctor says, I think we're going to have to give you some liver medication. I said, why? He said, well, because of these drugs you're on. And I knew right then and right there, this has to be the end. I said, you know, your damn, that's exactly what I said, your damn drugs will kill me before MS kills me. So you know what? You're not going to see me around here a lot anymore. This was the MS clinic downtown, big clinic. People come from all over the world to this. And I said, your damn drugs will kill me. MS will not. And then I went on an active search. I went to naturopaths, homeopaths. What can I try? There were certain drugs that I still could not get off. I have to be honest. I had to stay on my sleeping pills because I discovered that if I didn't sleep, I was a wreck. But I was spending 16, 18 hours in bed every single day, and I wasn't rested. I was still tired. I had fatigue. In 1993, my husband's friend came to our home and introduced us to these magnets and the insoles. He said to my husband, put these in her shoes, rub her with these, and she'll feel better. And I said, what planet did he come from? He's crazy. He's not a doctor, right? He cleans apartments. He has a company that cleans apartments. What do they know? What does he know? I got the best doctor at St. Michael's, the best neurologist and one of the best in Canada. This Dr. Gray was highly regarded. He wrote, he did research, everything. Dr. Gray said, what's this going to do for you? It's placebo. Okay, I started using it, not in '93, because when he came, I thought it was voodoo, snake oil. He doesn't know, my doctors. I stayed on the drugs for another 4 years, 1993. By '97, I was being fitted for an electric scooter. And in between that, I was telling Holly, honey, I was walking, I had a walker exactly like hers. I had canes. I was in and out of wheelchairs. I was in and out of hospitals for steroid treatment, 10-day steroids. They put them in your body. You know what that does? The weight went on like crazy at that time. I was sedentary. I was depressed, more antidepressants. Now, antidepressants are supposed to be against depression. I was crying all the time. I couldn't figure out, why am I so depressed? It's supposed to help. It hurt. It hurt all my healthy organs, all these medications. So in 1996, he came back and he said, look, I've been involved with this company for about 3.5 years. I've seen miracles in people's life. What have you got to lose? The most important thing that I didn't get to experience back then was the sleep system. I just wished I had been a little more open. I was so closed-minded, right? Didn't want to believe anything like this could help me. So when he introduced me to this, I started sleeping on it, sitting on the magnetic seat, experiencing some little things. I didn't think it was very much, but within 7.5 months, I put away my canes and I stopped all my medication slowly over that 7.5-month period. You see, for some people, products can work a little faster. For some people, it can be slower, depending on how much medication you have, how much acidity in your body. What I discovered is stress. It can heal itself. It can start repair. Repair starts at night when we sleep. We get into that deep, deep level, 4th level of sleep. Our body can start repairing. See, when you give your body what it needs, all the proper optimum, we call an optimum environment, healthy water, healthy food, great sleep, exercise, light, air. I'm using all the products. We have a wellness home. My kids have a wellness home. My mother, my dad passed away last year. Even in the nursing home, he had a lot of these products. And I truly believe my mother's alive today. She'll be 86. She's going out. She just got her passport for 5 years. We went to the passport office 2 weeks ago, and she says, okay, she'll be 86 in 2 months. Should I get the 10-year passport or the 5-year, she says. And I said, you want the 10-year? Let's do it. Now, she's Ukrainian. They came to this country with nothing. Now, you know what the immigrants came with, nothing, right? They went through a very, very, very hard, very difficult life. Just like Bo's folks, just like many of the others, probably Mike's folks the same. We're all immigrants, right? The fact that she can still be alive, considering how much stress she went to, and Beau's mom, and live a quality of life. She's going out to get her license again for another 2 years. I study with her, we practice, we do all the questions together. She's going out to do her test again. She drives all her friends around for their doctor's appointments. She takes them for lunch, she picks them up, she drives them. She's feeling very, very useful. She's doing something. And she's a distributor in Nikken. Wow. Yes. She shares with everyone. Everywhere she goes, she lifts up her blouse. She does. And she shows them the back belt that she wears. She's, because I have breathing problems at night, she said, I put it here. During the day, I wear it here. I never leave home without my back flex, without all this stuff. So let's go back now. So we started sharing with people. So when this lady, her name is Mona, when she called me from New Jersey, and she said, look, I want to start with all these products. I want to test them for myself, for my family, and for some of my close customers. Can I do that, my clients? I said, sure. She called me. We speak at least once a week. She just called me and she said, these insoles are amazing. She said, the back flex, she says, I've got proof for myself. I'm on my feet, she said, in the pharmacy, on cement all day. I can't begin to tell you how much this has helped me. She bought a lot of the far infrared wraps because she said, now I am telling a lot of my customers, a lot of her clients who come in, and she said, "What? This is going to affect my drug business." She says, because she said, "I'm telling everybody." But she says, I don't know enough to tell them. So my husband and I are planning to go in August. We will spend a week with Mona, her family, and I said, if you can put us in front of 30 people. She says, only 30? I said, well, how many do you want? 300, let's do it. Whatever you can put together, we're going down to do a presentation. That's what we do. Now, when Beau said, how do you do the business? Well, the business number one is when you meet somebody, you build a relationship. You find out where they're hurting, where they're out of balance. See, we are out of balance either in our health, right? Healthy body, or the mind. We can be depressed, or you can be out of balance with your family. Maybe you're working too long, you don't have time to spend with the family. You can be out of balance in the society, you want to give back somehow, or in the financial aspect. People are always out of balance. So what I like to do is find out where they're out of balance, and I listened to Mona, and I asked all the questions. I didn't give her a solution yet, because I'm building a relationship. There's a trust. You're from Egypt, my husband's from Egypt, you just talk, whatever, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. You're just developing, asking questions back and forth, you're having a dialogue. Now, why I love to do the in-homes. How many have ever done an in-home, in their home or in somebody else's home? I love this way to go because everybody there can experience the products. It's a very informal, it's a very casual, it's getting to know the people. When we're sitting around, let's suppose that we just had 4 of us here, 6 or 8 of us, 10 of us. I'd say, Irina, why are you here today? Well, Svetlana invited me. And when Svetlana invited you, what did she say when she invited you to come? Okay, let's reverse it. Svetlana, why are you here today? And when Irina invited you, how did she invite you? What did she say to bring you here, that you interested to be here today? What did she say?
This is a good product for you. It's very helpful.
Very helpful. And that interested you.
Yeah.
And you came. Okay. Have you shared it with other people yet?
Yes.
You see how this works? Starts with Irina, she introduced it to you, and you introduced. And why did she, when Svetlana, you're a guest today.
Yes.
What's your name? Tatiana. Why are you here today?
Because she introduced me.
What did she say when she introduced you to the
It's very
product?
good for the health, for the life.
And your health is important to you? Yes.
Sure. Number
That's what I always say to people. Your health is number one. How many would agree with that statement?
Yes.
Doesn't matter what else you have. You can have the fancy car, you can have the diamonds, you can have the mink, the schmink. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Schmink, yeah. Some people have schminks, I have a few. So you know what? It doesn't matter what you have. When you don't have your health, you really have nothing. Zero, right? Enrique, why are you here?
Well, Tatiana talking to me about it, I say that's interesting.
We go. And so far, what have you found? What is it that you found interesting here today? What did you find that attracted you?
The presentation and the products.
The products, yeah, the wellness.
Everything. Huge.
So this is how it works. You start referring, you start sharing with other people. So we do an in-home presentation. You invite people, you ask them to come, say, I'm really excited. Now, if you're not excited, am I excited when I talk?
Yes.
So if you say, look, I'm just going to have a presentation, I'd like you to come. I don't know if you're going to like it. I don't know if this is for you. I never tell anybody this is not for you. If it's not for you, why are you going to come? Of course it's for them. It's their health. But you find many people,
Skeptics, they scared your excitement.
they're scared.
They're afraid.
They're afraid.
You're excited.
I've scared people, yeah. My husband's still scared after 42 years. I scare him every day. I scared him, he's far away. You know, scaring people with excitement, first you find out why, where they're out of balance, okay? So I asked you, Svetlana, do you have any stress in your body? Do you carry any stress? Where's your stress? Where do you hurt? With many things. So we would be specific. I'd find out. And during that in-home presentation, I would make sure that I had Svetlana sitting on a magnetic seat. Let's say she said her back. Let's say you said your knee. Let's say you have headaches or you have stress in your neck and shoulder. I would make sure that I would give a product that would correlate, that would address that issue. I always give them water. I think this is very, very critical. Make sure they always have water. I'd like them to taste many of our Nikken products as well, the Jade Greenzymes, and these two in particular. So I make sure people have that. I would bring the Vital Balance now in as well with the shake because I think that's a fabulous product. Water, that's all you need. Water and a little bit of that and off you go. Then we would do some of these tests, right? We do, how did you experience that? I mean, I can tell you, but talk is cheap, right? You go home, you forget. But you won't forget this test that we did. You felt 30, 40, or 50% better, right? Stronger in 40 seconds. Like, that's amazing. And that's what people can experience. So after we do this, we find, well, I like to do a rollout. Oftentimes we'll have this set up on it. I'm partying all night. Well, young people do, they do. But it catches up. It catches up. And then their immune system compromised. The only time children grow is when they're in sleep. The only time our body repairs is when we're in deep sleep. So sleep is critical. Now our number one product, Nikken is called the Sleeping Giant. Now we can say, well, people don't know about it. Had you heard about Nikken before, Tatjana, before you came today? Or before?
Yes.
You had heard of it. Had you heard of it before, Sigmar?
Yes.
You had. Oh, that's great.
A while ago, but I was skeptical.
You were skeptical. I love people being skeptical. I think that's important. I was skeptical too. 4 years, 3.5, almost 4 years. But once you start using the product, you know, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. Well, the proof is in eating the pudding. You know how good the product is when you experience it. So number one, I started with sleep. Then I started with my daytime. Because when you have a condition, whether you have I have a big high 3 floors, but it's okay. Every bedroom, the most important place is the bedroom. That's the other thing when we do it in home, I make sure we've got the products and we want to demonstrate them. Now, my guy, my son's friend actually, owns a company. They clean air, you know, they install air conditioners and furnaces. So Tim Sakai, he's a Japanese kid, he comes to my home every spring, every fall, prepares the air conditioner in the spring, make sure it's going to work for the summer. He comes in the fall to make sure he cleans the filters, and he says, Mrs. Ghali, calls us down, Mr. and Mrs. Ghali, come down. Come down. What, Tim? I don't know why you bother calling me and even paying me. There's nothing to pay for. There's nothing dirty. Everything is clean. And he said, and it's because of these filters you have in the house. You know, these guys call you for duct cleaning. Have you ever had those calls?
Yeah.
You're just having dinner, they call you, they want to clean your ducts. So they call me and I say to Tim, Tim, should I call those guys to clean ducts? You can speak from the heart when you can get people to address the issues. Now, somebody said, well, I don't have a bad back. See, Nikken is about prevention. The Japanese, are you Japanese, Kim? You from Japan? No, okay, but you're of Japanese descent. The Japanese say prevention, not intervention. In North America, we're in the sick care health industry, yeah? When do you go to the doctor? You don't walk in and say, hey, doc, I feel great. Check me out. Right? We go when we're sick. In Japan, it's different. You go for a wellness test. You go for wellness checkups. But here, we wait till we're sick. It's called sick care industry, not health care. So, if you can help people prevent, isn't it cheaper to prevent a problem? See, my daddy was very stubborn at the beginning. Where's my flex here?
Oh, the chair.
It's going down, huh? It's on the chair? Mine's going down my back here. Oh. It's okay, here it is. I pulled it out. My father he would even in his late 70s, mid 70s, 60s, whatever, he always liked to garden. You know, like the Italians do. I don't know, Ukrainians like their gardens, I guess. He liked his tomatoes and they liked their dill. My mother would make her borscht. She had her spinach chevelya, you know, the chevelya. What's chevelya? Shrivel, I don't know, whatever. The garlic, the onions. So my dad used to go out in the garden all the time. And then he'd come in and put this on his back. And I said, what are you doing? I said, you got this ass backwards. He said, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? He told me his back hurts. He told me, he says, Lilia, spinabolit. Yeah, spinabolit. Shumu. Where is this? Yak. What did you say? Yak said? Yak to mojubu. So I'd say, Dad, you wear it before. You wear it all the time. Because you never know when you have to lift something. When you have to bend down. I do gardening now. I have a problem bending down. I could not garden. I go gardening at least twice a week now. 20 minutes to half an hour, something I couldn't do before. And I don't go anywhere without this. Michael calls it his chiropractor. He said, I never leave home without my chiropractor. It's a lot cheaper. I can have anyone. Right. So when you have that one in home, after that you ask people, they will often come to me. Svetlana would come to me and say, you know what, that was great. Can you do one at my house? And then Tatiana said, you know what, if I invite some friends, would you come to my house? So doing an in-home is a very, very practical, it's an hands-on. You get to meet the people. You really get to explain and find out where they're out of balance and how you can help them. Is that easy? Yes. Number one, have fun. Be excited. Don't scare them away.
What about alcohol? Lots of alcohol?
No. Don't go do the alcohol. All right, folks, I'll be here after if you have any questions, be happy to answer.
Wonderful.
Okay?
Thank you, Lily.
You're welcome.